Which place I never work out for this Lagos because I dey sell land. Count Nigeria, count Lagos State, consider the poor in their midst. Must every poor be trampled upon? Must everybody afford a allocation, whatever, of 10 million, 20 million, 50 million? Please, let's balance all these things. I feel it's crazy. Developers are losing themselves in a humble business they started with their hard-earned money, their strength, their skill, their everything, and now everybody is tagging developer. There are so many people, they just enter their social media handle and all they talk is developer this, developer that. I see all this and I cry for developers because in Nigeria, it's like there's nobody to talk for them. So we have to come out and start talking for ourselves. What we are going through. Many of us are not smiling. We have lost our hard-earned money in this country because we don't want to japa. So developers cannot be tagged scammers. Because even the government go out there on social media and say it's developers. Developers are also investors. So who is to be blamed? The community or the government?
So, Mama, now you've talked about a lot that is very striking, which a lot of people need to listen to so they can actually be able to learn. Okay. Now, I still wanted to lay emphasis in those parts where you have major challenges. Like, what are the parts that you really encounter in the business that really pays you, that even almost want to cost you high blood pressure?
Hey! In fact, the one that pained me most. There is a particular village, Olorun Shogo, in Lamija. Sometimes when I wake up, before I came here, I took my BP drug.
Yes. You enjoy because of that?
Sometimes the thing will enter 200 or something. Thank God I had to tell myself the truth. When did I? Some people are... In fact, when some of my friends, I say, welcome to the club. Why? Because these are places, those days I was winning awards, I would sell. Oga, which place I never work out for this Lagos because I dey sell land. I go print flyer. I know the rest too. In fact, I think those days, thank God I trained myself. Those days I used to do morning cry when I was in UNN, University of Nigeria, Enugu campus. Or people, of course, people know me a lot. I will come out, carry I'm preach to people. So I became so used to marketing because I was doing that in the Lord. Okay, so marketing becomes my hobby. So I can talk to any. Sometimes even if I'm going to buy tomato, my flyer is inside my small bag. If it's not in my bag, it's my phone. Hey, you're a young guy. Or I see one small boy guy where we say he get future. I could say, guy, you can do installments. There's a place in Ibeju, like land 500,000. Check all you are doing, the way you they drink in the evening. Igbo guys now. See the way where they go shayo, you go they give guys money. That's how I enter them. Exactly. Follow me. If it's every month you pay 50,000 or 20,000, those days now, you know, and that's how some of them have invested in these lands. And that made me a powerful marketer. And they sell in fact, I know they sell all those very expensive lands. I will encourage you so much. So I will meet some market women. I'll say, every time you be tenant, every time you are in face me, I slap you. You know? Don't you know that you can become this? And in fact, there was a woman that used to do her job those days. She came. I didn't know that this woman had money to buy and everything. I said, okay. At the end of it, I said, but why did you now buy it? I thought you said you didn't have money. She was asking, can they do installments? I said, yes. Okay. You now bought 2 plots. I said, but you said you don't have money. And you are buying 2. He said, no. You know why? I want to buy these 2 now. So that when my land, that place come and appreciate, I go sell 1 plot to big men. I go use that other money, build this one. Hey. Those kind of people, I will sell. At the end of the day, I'll be using my commission to go and be buying land in a Lamija in Ekpe.
Your commission that you are used to
flex.
Yes,
I started inside one forest like that. I started with 150. Later, I'll buy 6 plots. I will do installment. After I'm done, they will increase the land, maybe like 200,000. I will buy until I bought up to 60 plots. And when I bought that 60 plots, Alaro City came up. My land was far inside and all that. That was where one of my classmates, not my classmate, my sister in fellowship in school, bought 20-something plots from me and paid cash. And that land has appreciated very well because he saw the prospect of Alaru City and he bought that land from me. That was how I went. That bulk of money made me go and buy a larger chunk of the money, land. And I started, collaborated with a friend of mine, partnership, and we bought a large expanse. And that was how I started selling it to be developing as developer.
As developer.
Is it not developer? Whatever you call it.
Yes, now.
Selling land, and I built fence there, I sandfield and all that. And this way, I didn't eat that money. Some people were flexing, they travel abroad, that kind of thing. But that was how I started.
And because you're not selfish, you're trying to say I can actually help society.
Because one of my vision is trying to bridge a gap between the low income, bridge a gap, middle and all that. Because I started with low cost. In fact, in Lagos now, there's nothing like low costing again. You cannot even see low cost for where. That was how I started low costing, and I was leveraging on my strengths to get more people to acquire. Can't Nigeria, can't Lagos states consider the poor in their midst? Must every poor be trampled upon? There are some of my colleagues who are into luxury. Now, this luxury, there are some of them too that have come up a bit. They say, okay, I don't want to live in that place. I can live in a flat. And they leverage on those luxury and all that. And these people, it's not like they have not built it. There are some that have been destroyed now in the Lekki coastal. So tell me, is it that you don't want the poor or the middle class or whatever in your midst? Must everybody afford a allocation, whatever, of 10 million, 20 million, 50 million? Please, let's balance all these things. I feel it's crazy. And it's becoming difficult to manage because developers are losing themselves in a humble business they started with their hard-earned money, their strength, their skill, their everything, and now everybody is tagging developer. There are so many people, they just enter their social media handle and all they talk is developer this, developer that. I see all this and I cry for developers because in Nigeria it's like there's nobody to talk for them. So we have to come out and start talking for ourselves. What we are going through. Many of us are not smiling. It's not all of us that are scammers. We have lost our hard-earned money in this country because we don't want to japa. Yes. We don't want to go and be working. Some even work 5 jobs or whatever and come back here and look at where we are. They have come back to zero. It's even minus zero safe because you are living on help and borrow. Even your lands, you are looking for them. So I don't know how to. It pains me so much. That was when you invited Tony. When you called me and talked about, I said, "Oh, that's an opportunity for me to air my voice. Please, we are begging you, help us." And investors that find themselves in this situation, it is sad, but I want you to take it easy because it will be well. It's not every developer that is calm. They are going through a lot that they don't want to tell you because when they tell you, nobody wants to hear that my money, my investment is in whatever. It's not like it can't be managed. It can be because a lot of developers now have plan B. They've gone to outside Lagos states,
a lot of
acquire some other properties again and start relocating them there. Please, if you find yourself in that situation, please, instead of losing it, accept it. Because it's not their fault. Those are the people that want to really make you realize that they are not scammers. They are going through a lot with facts and evidences to show you.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma.
Yes.
Yeah. You just touched the next phase of my question, which was supposed to be are there developers and realtors facing the same challenge, but you already touched that area. So, what support system tools do you think will help to navigate these challenges?
Support system, the media.
The media. Okay.
I think if a lot of people can, it's just like I don't know how to. It's just like some other sectors now. You see, I remember there was a time I think Dangote had some kind of issues, and it took to the media.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, so many doubts and so many confusions were cleared. Because first of all, it's for you to find out what is the problem. And I feel that any problem you found, if somebody is able to figure out what the problem is, navigating and being able to get a solution, strategize to get a solution to it is not far. So if one can be able to find out this is the problem, like I have just told you some of the things we've been experiencing and all that, if the media can really, do justice to some of these informations that are not out there, I think to some extent, the government can really reason it out and also see reasons why some situations and in the first place is not supposed to be there. Because if the governance is for the people, for the betterment of the people, anything that goes for the people, you are in. Like in the house now, you see among your siblings and all that, there are some of your siblings that oh, this one, me and this one, they gel very well. Do you get? Yeah. And the person can just come up and say, oh, please, sister or uncle or brother, please, can you do this? Or you say, anything for you, I'm in. Do you get? So anything for the people, the government should take it to heart and see that this thing is for the people. And so developers cannot be tagged scammers, because even the government go out there on social media and say it's developers.
That's true.
Yeah, that's the irony of the whole thing.
They come on social media.
They say developers come and buy government land. Please, can we know what these government lands are for? Or before you know it, one company you don't even know where it comes from is already possessing a place that somebody has spent money on.
I've read a report one time on social media that said a lot of people are buying properties that are already committed. But one thing with developers, nobody just go ahead to buy property without doing a thorough due diligence on that particular property. Yes. So why should they just go ahead? Because sometimes when I look at
in the whole of Lagos State, now most of the lands are revocation without any explanation. I'm like asking, so even the villagers, well, of course, a villager, a man that have his own house or home can decide to sell his house to carry his son abroad to go and school or to do something, for the kids. Now, are you telling me that those villagers don't have any say? I can decide to sell my property to whoever I want to sell my property to. Do you get?
Yes.
So, where can we draw the line? If these things can be clear, I don't think people will really be defaulting much. Because in Nigeria, I know Nigerians. Nigerians are die-hard people. And there are so many people in Nigeria that want to do the right thing. So if the things are not defined or clearly stated, people break the rules when there are no clear, or maybe there are some hidden. Why would you even make some things hidden? What are the hidden charge? Can't you come out and say CFO is 1 million naira? So that from the beginning, from the onset, people will know that it's 1 million. Anything outside it is wrong.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yeah.
And now, another thing is that somebody says he's working for government, every day goes to office, and you have a pile load or a file load of work to do, and there is no project timeline, and you pay salary. How long does it take for a CFO? If person pays this amount, how long does it take?
Everyone asks, why is it delayed?
It's not time.
Exactly. So let there be a clear way, approach of doing things. Like I told you, Oga, I won't call the name of the state so that some other states will not go and be corrupting them. I entered one state in the east. It took only 6 months to get a CFO. And every money you are paying, everything is clear there. But in Lagos, there are so many departments to go to, 100 departments. Can't you compress it to be one? In fact, this CFO, can't we even go online, log in, and do it and get CFO?
We're already in a digital world.
Digital world now.
You see that you just imbibe foreign things, you carry a bag, all of them. At the end of the day, the process is not working. Where is the light? Everything. You want to log on to one site, you are there, you are tired and everything. We always say it's theory on social media and everything. Can't we say, honestly, I was shocked. You say you pay percentage of how much you bought this one, this one. At the end of the day, everything is clear. Even if you are telling your investors that, I spend this money, but running costs because of logistics and kineko, you are paying this charge, they will understand it. Why would I go and tell somebody that bought land 1 million naira from me? The allocation is 10 million, 6 million, 5 million. And I cannot be able to explain, look at this and this. No, we need these things. If you do this, developers will not default. Red and is there to put check and balances.
Exactly.
Yes. So except you don't want the due process or the normal thing to work, function well, then we know that you will leave this business for you to do. By the time you finish selling it to foreigners, by the time you finish selling it, the villagers and Nigerians will know that we don't have land again. It will now turn back to slave trade. Slave trade pro-max. Because when you lose your land, even in the Bible, land, God knows why you have land. By the time you finish selling your inheritance, you will now know the importance of making your your people, to be in the business and not comb them away and frustrate many of the people. Because as far as I'm concerned, my dear, I can't even invest. I'm done. Let me even finish the one I have. I can't even go ahead. I can't even carry hard-earned money of people and deceive them to come and buy. So that's it.
Okay, ma, thank you so much for all you've been discussing about. These are very, very profound, Now, let's talk about the Ekpe. A lot of developers, they frowned as a result of the demolitions that has been happening to some of their properties, especially that around Itokin.
I was also affected. Although I hadn't done the fence, but the same person came to take over one of my new places.
Gates roundabout and other areas.
Yes,
most developers that have beautiful properties over there,
yes,
we discover that their gate houses are being demolished, scattered. Now, I want to ask this question. Is there any plan to compensate some of these developers who has already, invested a whole lot of money in those gatehouses? Is there any plan for government to be able to compensate them? Because some of them, investors have made payments.
Yeah.
In fact, some of them they've done allocation.
Yes.
You understand?
They're taking possession.
Yes, they're taking possession and all that. So right now, because I've encountered some of the developers that they are really bitter about it. So what I'm asking, because I'm just asking, is it that government has informed them before, or is there any way government is trying to make them feel a little bit? Because we are all human. Is there any way they've compensated them? Exactly.
It's gone.
Gone?
It's gone because the government is claiming that land belongs to someone, and it was government land, and they also came up with their plan, search plan, that they could go ahead and buy. So, but I don't know. Lagos State is, I don't know. I don't know. I've not heard, none that I am aware of that it's gone. So it's something that the developer still has to go around, find a place. Like I was saying before, some developers are so kind enough and deliberate about it that they still, in the little that is left for them, they still moved outside Lagos to acquire some other property to compensate some of them. But for those that just started business and they in fact, Nigeria has happened to them. It's gone. So the next thing now is for, I don't know. Because those investors are not ready to hear any.
They're not ready at all.
They're not ready to hear anything. It's their investment, and because initially there's no law or anything that says you cannot sell, because any land that has your road today was once an untitled land.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Good. If middle class come up with selling and going to perfect documents, you get, now in the process of perfecting documents, it is still not easy. You are meeting the shock of your life. So Of course, the land will just lie low there until they go there and because the reality is that I have not had any of my colleagues say, even like myself, the family is now fighting them. They're in courts. Yeah. I went to the family, I told them, I've done search and all that, but I hope there is no known encumbrances and all that. They said none. Fine, we proceeded, and we had an arrangement in the process of payment. Thank God I haven't really sold any of that one. I wanted to relocate some of my clients to that particular place, those that has family disputes and which we cannot wait, So I decided to get that particular place so that I can relocate some of my clients there. And only for me to discover that same person, that same company that destroyed the token, came to that area as well with you. The worst part is that you could see that they are not even they come up with lots and lots of military men. So if it's something that the villagers or the community or the family heads are aware, they wouldn't come up with the force terrorizing people all over the place. I went there on my property and these guys came to me and I'm like, sorry, you can see blocks here. You can see sands here. I have done foundation here. If I don't have any stake here, you won't see me here. So if you were mandated to chase out anybody that steps in here, my money, my millions are here. And I asked, who is this person? And they named the lady. That is a woman. And I googled her and I saw and all that. So I'm like, how long ago has this place been like this? Because I did search and all that. I even went to Newtown Plan and everything. So you could see that I don't know the kind of conspiracy or I don't know what's playing up there, but all of us that are involved, I am after the family. So the family should go after the government or whoever that took their property because you collected money from me.
Yes.
So that is where we are. It's either you give me my refund or you fight the government or whoever that they put there. Because I don't see the government coming to collect your land without compensating you guys. It's either somebody. So it is, I don't have any issue with whoever government put there. I have issue with the family. So I am after the family and that is what I am actually, so I hold you hold whoever, whatever it is, and that is it. So because the reality is that somebody has to compensate for something. It's either you fight the family and you get your compensation and you sort your clients, or so that's it. Some people have died in this process. So if you get, now you know how you want to push your things. It's not a journey for the faint-hearted.
At all.
Yeah. It's sad anyway, but there's nothing one person can do about it. Everybody has to put their feet down and get the problem solved. But still, there is a reason why all governments, all the land belongs to the government, so that people can go back to the government to perfect. But now, instead, it's no more like that. It's almost turning the other way around. So, well, I don't know. Just make the best decision that suits you and move.
That's right.
So, some people will have to navigate and diversify into other things. But the die-hard people that have taken, breathe real estate, drink real estate, make real estate their point of view, and whatever, continue in it and still try to find or figure their way out.
Yeah.
So as for that, I don't think government is going to compensate anybody, because the Lekki Coastal Road, we need to see more people that will come up on air and say their mind, because this is an opportunity for them to really come out. If your house was demolished and you have a CFO from the authority, we need to see how they have compensated you. Because if you keep quiet, if they keep keeping
quiet,
quiet, we won't know how many have been compensated. And those that says they have not been compensated, government can counter it with evidence.
That's true.
So that's it. Because if they keep keeping quiet, this government is for us.
That's true.
And this is our country.
Very true.
We cannot go outside to be a second class citizens without a voice. This is our country, and we have to all air our views.
Yeah.
If you have not been compensated, you come out and say so that we know what exactly is transpiring behind the scene. Media is meant to spread good informations. And yes. So if you're actually getting people are aware, let's know who exactly is the problem here.
We need
So that when we know the problem, we can be able to attack it and it will be solved.
Yeah.
If it's the villagers, we know. If it's the developers, we know. If it's the realtors, we know. If it's the government, we know. Who is involved? Who is the person cheating the other?
Very true.
Because we are Nigerians, we are in diaspora, you're hey, developer, they don't scam me. Oh no. Let people come out and
that's
talk.
what a lot of people are saying. Yeah. Because some publishers reported that government gave 90 days
okay
warning.
Okay, yes. All right.
So
I need to talk about that.
Government gave 90 days clear amnesty for developers to fix their papers.
Okay, good. Now, fix their papers. This is Nigeria. This is the economy of Nigeria. We know what is going on in the system. Nobody plucks money on the tree. Okay? Like I said, I keep saying it. Somebody cannot sell property of 500,000. And you are telling me to come and perfect document of 5 million. Where would I cough out that money from? Can't you be considerate? Okay, this deed has been done. Going forward, this thing is changing. Okay? You know, sometimes you want to make people come out and hurry up and do something. Okay? You will still allow them to do it at that initial price or whatever that is reasonable. So if you give are developers ghosts? I don't understand it. Somebody probably, I bought my property 300,000. I sold it 500 or 600,000. Removing other things I have gone through, and I want to perfect documents. And you are now telling me, because even before I bought it, I know the price was so.
Yeah.
People can actually do it. Or even give us payment plan. 3 months? Heck no. That's outrageous. You are telling me to come out. Ooh, is it even realistic? It's not. So let's be realistic and tell ourselves the truth. You are giving developer 3 months. Okay, which investor will even bring that money out?
Within 3 months.
Yes. So when a problem happens, somebody wants to hold on to somebody.
Yeah.
Do you understand? It's like when somebody will just want to hold somebody and say, "This is you are the thing and all that." You know. So if we can tell ourselves the truth, we're not supposed to be discussing all these things. We are not supposed to be having problems, all these problems all over the place. It's a man-made problem. It's a man-made problem, and it's something that somebody has to be held accountable. So as far as I'm concerned, developers are not the only ones here.
Maybe they feel that you people have all the luxury, all the money, because it got to a point. Government started paying interest to the real estate sector. They feel that money will flow for years. You understand? I'm telling you.
Yes.
Now they skip the aspect of the pressure that people are facing, developers are facing, the struggle, the ups and downs, trying to meet up, satisfy clients. They're never looking at that, because all of this thing costs both blood, sweat, and money. They're not looking into that too.
Yes.
They don't feel that developers are really making money.
In fact, let me even tell you, to cut the whole long story short, all these developers we are talking about here, some of them, if the government wants to know whether they are making money, the banks are there. There are so many. It's just like some of these are those days, before Nigeria, what was it called? This movie industry.
Yeah.
Nollywood came on board. Those days, when you see a celebrity on social media, many of them are as poor as. But when you see them on social media or media, television, you think that they are very wealthy because you see them on media. That is what media does. There are some people that can actually come on air. You feel they are wealthy, but in reality, they are just a simple person on the street, just like you and I. That is what exposure to social media does. Now, let me tell you what these Nigerians, Africans, somebody can wear packaged clothes now and speak Queen's English, not like this one I'm speaking here. Queen's polished English. And at the end of the day, you are seeing that person as a wealthy person. If he doesn't present himself like that, you would not want to associate with the person. Is it true of us?
Very true.
Good.
Very true.
Just like our bankers. You can never see a banker enter market, once a market, and is wearing one nonsense. He would definitely wear a suit, a blazer, clean, well, and all that, because you want to see this person presentable and he can handle your money. If a dirty person that looks like with dreadlocks and come to me, I cannot release my money to you. Do you understand? So there are certain things that are made believe. It's not like the person is a scam, but he has to present himself very well so that you can see him as someone that has sense. That is what most developers does. It's not like they have one Ferrari or one luxury or whatever it is. They are human being like you and I. Like I told you how I started to navigate from this to this. You get? Yes. You, of course, you wouldn't want me to come to you looking haggard and whatever. Some of them go as far as taking a trip to, oh, let me take a flight from here to Abuja, because they want the luxury of high profile, high network individual to come to their platform and buy their products. That's what Realtors does. It's not like they have all those monies and all that. Of course, yes, there's money in real estate. That's not, I cannot rule out that fact. But some of these people probably have invested in their property for how many years? Okay? Somebody has invested, left 1 million for 2 years, 3 years, so that land can appreciate. Okay, if I sell that land 5 million, you will not be asking me questions. I have worked for it. I've waited for it. I've endured for it. Just like every other person that is into trade in the market, every day you are selling and all that. If you check your portfolio over years, you will still see that it's almost the same whatever it is. So let's stop deceiving ourselves and all that. Because the truth is that if that person comes to you with a dirty cloth, you will not even listen to the person. So if government feels that these people are making hell of money, they have worked for it.
They've worked for it.
They've worked for it. So
it.
it's not for you to come out and you want to hijack it and carry it and do all that with it. No. You are supposed to encourage them. Of course, anybody that can have that kind of patience is expecting, he left living in diaspora, left all the luxury of outside world, and is here entering. Some of us, in fact, let me tell you, we have grown thick skin. If we are entering bush like this, sometimes bee bite us. All those things we bring to you for you to see at the end of the day, well packaged and give to you. Do you know how it was when we started going there? It's just like that in Lamija. I didn't conclude that story.
I was about that.
Yes, that in Lamija, when I entered, it was mud. I had to bulldoze that place for like how many times before the grasses started. It was a thick forest. I don't know when it was, like, maybe since when God created the world. You bulldoze those trees, palm trees that are very, very harsh. Some of them you will see pythons, you see alligator, or what's it called? Crocodiles. And we do that and bring it down several times. In fact, the one I have in Ibejuleki. Do you know how many alligators they caught there? Pythons. Yes. And when we now come out and later on we want to start shopping, you will say that we cannot eat. Because our business is something we are on the air in the media. There are so many people that are making hell of billions that are silent. Their business is not there. Enter the market, you will see. Government should encourage us. They should not frustrate every business. There are taxes, there are things, the normal process a government should follow to make money. It's not by living where your strength is and you want to navigate into other things that even a private sector is very good at. I'm sorry to say that, but
Okay.
Don't you think that most of these developers, some of them, they are really exhibiting their wealth? Because maybe sometimes all of this might happen as a result of flaunting the wealth too much. You know, look as if maybe it's just it is like that, whereas they're just trying to package. Because I think they are misquoting this thing, and if you do justice to that, I think it will really help. Because I remember as at 3 years ago, in fact, government was just looking at this system. Actually, they never had interest. I remember that time. They never had interest before. All of a sudden, they started looking at it. What's happening here?
Government is human being like you and I.
Because they started seeing some turnover. You know, sometimes when you are looking at the economic situation of the country, you see that this particular sector is really
like it's affecting them.
You understand? Yes,
But
you
it
get.
does.
But you understand? But no, right now they feel that okay, it's like money is being pumped in this particular sector. Don't you think we need to look into it? Because when they jump into just like what you said on social media, most times people tend to show out themselves because they want other people to come and patronize their platform.
Okay, wait, let me even ask you. Do you know that since this thing started, that the government has entered into this sector? Normally, when government, I used to hear that those days when government thing comes, it is tagged to be cheaper, more affordable, and all that. But as I'm talking to you now, even the one that government enter, is it not even more outrageous? Eh? So what are we saying?
Because I don't know what else to say. If you have to advise your colleagues.
Is it not more outrageous? The prices, is it not more crazy? So what are we talking about here? Government is supposed to come and bring down a lot of is it luxury or what is it called?
Yeah.
You know, subsidize it,
Subsidized, yeah.
make it more affordable. That's what I think they should have done with developers. Now that you people are here, oh yeah, oh, see, we want to develop it this way. Oh yeah, you guys should come in, enter this. Can you? No. Instead, if you enter Ekpe now, Ekpe is outrageous. In fact, that particular property they collected from some people, I was in disguise. Some of their marketers called me. They are telling me that property 30 million naira in a jungle. 30 million. So, what's the essence of all those things? Private sectors are even making things cheaper. But because of this problem, some private sectors that still hold their ground. Some properties they were selling maybe 10 million before is now 40 million. Because by the time they finish doing allocation and all that, so investors should even open up their eyes. Who is your friend here? So I'm sorry, but that is just the reality. Because I know that from that time till now, enter Eleko. Because somebody cannot go and say he's paying government this one. So what is the work of government? Is it not to come and subsidize things? No. But instead, the things are high. So use your tongue. Those days in my village, they say use your tongue and count your teeth. And no. So that's it.
No, I've watched a lot of broadcasts there, whereby earlier before now, when that boom was happening, especially in Ekpe, I've watched a lot of broadcasts where you have government talking about Ekpe becoming like this first world country, like because of the level of development, because they themselves gave that room to developers. It was like an open, yes.
Come and invest in Ekpe.
Come and invest in Ekpe.
Ambody was doing those roads. They were really encouraging
because there was a time the road to Ekpe was very bad. Government was the people that opened that road for developers to go in and do you know every village in Ekpe is now developed. Yes. A lot of people are coming in with different initiative, making things better for a lot of people. And then now, you now just come in one day and you are bringing policies that are not going to... Okay, what about these people who bought full plots? My question now is, the people who bought full plots in Ekpe and who has paid complete, what would they now do? See the pain these people are going through after everything. Like you talked about the hard-earned money. A lot of people abroad are not even picking money because going Japa self no be easy thing. Like okay, you run to abroad now. They are doing I have a lot of friends now in abroad. They are struggling. They are doing 3 jobs, cleaning, they will go for this one after putting everything in place. You now come and they now hear news that, okay, maybe, how will you even break this news to them?
But remember, as at then, is it 2020 or 2019 when the road was very, very bad? At first, yeah, people was not interested in investing in Ekpe. I remember that time. It takes some little developer that was going there to just see how they can be able to do one or two, but nobody was going to Ekpe. As a matter of fact, people were just focusing on Ibejuleki. You understand?
And developers.
You understand?
That encourage our people to bring in money into the system.
Because I remember that, okay, it now got to a time, now look as if government was now encouraging people to come and invest in Ekpe thereby doing the road. Before you know, they started doing some development on their own by building that Alaro city. Yes. Before you know, people started going there. So why didn't they spell out their intention?
It would have been very easy and better.
It would have helped situation right now.
People
would have been spending their hard-earned money.
Because nobody will go to Alausa and see that there is a clear picture.
And then still jump into it.
And still jump into it.
Do that.
So why put those hidden informations? So when people will not, it's scam.
It's scam.
It's scam, as far as I'm concerned. So, developers are not the only ones to be blamed here. No. If they blame developers alone, they wouldn't be doing justice to that sector, to that organization, to that union.
Realtors are on the neck of developers.
Yes.
Government is not looking at everything. Government, from this situation, everything just look like because who is the risk scam here? No. It's a question. No, it's a question.
Yes,
it's a question. Who now is the risk scam? Talking about everything that is happening to developer, who is the risk scam?
Because many of these lands too went allowed and did survey.
Yeah, they did survey. They did their due diligence on this, and now everything they did is there's nobody with the level of education a lot of developers has acquired. You will know that they will not just go out like that. They're not aware of. These are hard-earned working money of people. These are sweat. These are because if you know how Nigerians are, any place Nigerians find themselves, something must develop. If Nigerians find themselves in any country, despite they don't care, but they will go. Now people have gone all out. These are lives that are because life is in time. These people have borne time and putting a lot towards this.
Bottom line of this, developers are also investors. To these villagers and governments. Investors of developers are also investors. So, developers are investors. The clients of developers are also investors. It's not like developers went to carry one land and started selling. Developers are also investors. So, who is to be blamed? The community or the government? So, that's just it. Because the chaos in the whole thing, the land is in the hand of government or is in the land of the community that decided to defraud one person and sell to how many people. So who are the main fraudsters here? Yes, because developers did not sell land that they did not buy. They also had their money.
Yes, now.
Yeah.
That they got from where and invested. And then their money is there. If they collected money to resell, and because at the end of the day, these people invest that money there. And government will come and destroy the whole of that place. Are you deleting the fact that somebody invested money in that place and you are calling them scam? The next thing they keep calling the EFCC and all that. We know the truth. So please, let's make these things work.
Now, Ma, what's the way forward? Because now, having discussed about all of this, I feel there should be a way forward. And this should just come like, let me say, like an advice. You understand? Because a lot of people are going to be watching this. A lot of people are watching this and they are really learning from this. Now, I want to ask, what's the way forward? How can developers realtors and clients work together. You understand? Despite this frustration, like, how do you think they can work together?
Well, I've said this before, but I'm going to still say it again in a nutshell. There needs to be a collaboration between these people that brought out money. Because like I said before, developer is an investor in Lagos. Realtors are also part of it. Yes. And then investors. So if these bodies can come together, because it's somebody that brings out money, that is investor, right?
Exactly.
Good. So I think the government of Lagos State should listen to these people that have come to invest their hard-earned money in Lagos. Because the money is in the hand of government indirectly and also in the hand of the villagers' communities. Because if there was no transaction, nobody will walk into any land and start saying he's doing something there. Yes. So developers are investors. Diasporans have invested, they are investors. These people are doing business. And the bottom line is that where does the money go to?
Where does it go to?
Where does it go to? Government destroys. Government makes the laws. Government still is the one that has the topography map or whatever it is about the land or this location in their office there. So the villagers that sell to 100 people should be addressed. And also government that demolishes without considering what people are going through should also do what? Be addressed. Because in the whole of that Itoke communities, developers invested their money there. Do you know how much cement and all that is, the process and everything is money? Yes. So as far as I'm concerned, we are holding the wrong people. Anybody that comes and says developers is only to be blamed is actually making a lot of false allegations. Because I'm not saying, quote me right, that they are not bad people. There are some also that would have collected the money and they have not done anything and they have run away and all that. But there are some that are still in this Nigeria and they are still trying to make it work despite all the external frustrations. They are still here and trying to, navigate through it, strategize through it. So, bottom line, all these people has to come together. Let the more voices come out. People that have built, that have C of O, that their houses have been demolished, they should come out and talk more. And those that have invested their hard-earned money and they are not seeing it coming through, they should voice out. So that at the end of the day, we don't just hold one person and say this is the person that the blame should be shifted to only.
Sorry, ma. This one is the final one. Your story matters a lot because I'm sure that the story you're trying to share. If some people who has been frustrated before, you understand, I believe your story can actually revive them. You're actually sharing your story before as regards to what really happened to you in the sector, but because of a lot of things that you're trying to iron out, took you off on track. You understand? Okay. I don't know. Can you do us a favor by, even if it's just like 2 minutes, let people get a picture of your storyline, like the journey so far.
Okay.
How you were able to, jump into, and navigate to it and all that. Yes, the pains, because I know at some point you said that you got to a point that you even had BP. Let them get this point so that they will know how to.
For any business person, you start from. So of course, somebody may start from selling pure water. You made a lot of money, and you move to selling phone accessories. From phone accessories, you are migrating to getting a shop, repairs and all that. And that's how you keep growing. So now, for a realtor, somebody that started from being a realtor, selling helping developers to sell, and you are making commission, small commission, you are putting it together, depriving yourself so many things, all because you want to have a land. From buying 1 land, 2 lands, 6 land, 10 land, 20 lands, 30 lands, 50 lands. And all of it. Suddenly, an embargo rests upon the land that is no more for this village. A certain group of people say they come to put C of O on the land. And before you know it, you are losing the land. You are telling the family, the villagers, they use force, military gadgets, a lot of things, chase all the villagers out of their land. Yes, chase them, and these are the people you have bought, so that when you keep making money, you go and now perfect it for a better tomorrow. And all of a sudden, all your money is gone. You can't even access the land. And all of a sudden, you are seeing high rise, different kinds of things on top of that land. So the villagers are silenced. You that you have the money, who would you hold? And that was my story. And that was when that place was mud. When there was nobody coming in there. When you will enter, you will see alligator. When you will enter, you see python. When you enter, you see different kinds of wild animals. And a twinkle of an eye, the whole land is gone. And you have lost everything. It would have been better that you use the money and be doing Arabanto. You know? Yes. Enjoy your life. Do all the luxury. You know? But at the end of the day, you are back to square one. And some of the properties you have sold to some of your villagers, your family members, your cousins, your friends in school.
People that are close to you.
That are close to you, that matter to you, that trust you, that know your integrity. You have sold it to them. And all of a sudden, looking like you didn't buy any land. You are a scammer. You are a scammer. You have collected my money and all that. That's the story of a developer. Except the developer, because I don't know how other people make their money, but I'm telling you how I started. Okay, everybody does business. Your intention is to grow. But for developers, with all that is happening in Lagos, as far as I'm concerned, many of the developers that started as a realtor, their stories has been shattered. In fact, some people I trained as realtor, you know, and they became developers. It's when you finish, you enter the world of developership, you will now know what they are going through. Some of them. So that is it. But to some that were able to detect the situation on time, they navigated to other states and they learned from what Lagos State has dished to them. So as you are buying, you are doing your COO immediately without waiting for a greener or better days. You know, when you have acquired enough and you start doing processes on it. Okay, so that is the business of real estate. It's not really a palatable one. And now, for those that already have a COO in Lagos State, now it's not sweet. You can't even get a land in CO that has a CO, even from government. Government has in from government, so they outrageously increase the whole thing. So I don't want to talk about this thing so much because it's really frustrating. So they've made it that even the middle class cannot get any property. You just have to remain like that till you die. Because initially you can actually acquire and go there and start doing it small like that. Now, to even buy one plot of land, you can't even buy. Even in Ekpe that we are saying is on hold for more than a year now. If not a year, yes. And at the end of the day, it's on hold. Why are you putting it on hold? Can you explain to us why? Or you want to build a smart city all by yourself? Or you want to sell it out? I mean, please. Whereby you have sold all the properties or the lands that in a nation to you sell it out, you know. Over time, you will realize that you've made the worst mistake of your life, because as far as I'm concerned, you should get your people involved in it, you know. So that's it.
Thank you so much, ma. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We know that there are a lot of developers also going through same issues, and we have been able to talk a little about this. If everybody can come out to air out their current situations and how it's happening, I believe if the media can take this, I believe that there will be a change, because we have a lot of investors out there who have never seen it from this perspective. They don't even know the pain that developers are going through. Yeah. Everybody just feel that developers are cashing out. They don't carry my money. They took the money. They are using it for this. They're using it for that. But nobody is seeing the pain that they are going through. And this section is an eye-opener to investors. And some realtors are even holding developers. It's also an eye-opener for them to know what is happening in the sector, especially in Lagos State. And one thing here is that if everyone can come out, we'll have a good hearing from government. And we want to take this medium to appreciate Mrs. Cathy for coming out this wonderful time. Mama, we're really grateful.
Thank you.
We really appreciate your coming, and we want to say thank you so much, because not everybody has that tenacity, has that had that courage to say, I want to go out there. People need to hear what is happening, but you took that step today, and we are really,
they need to feel the pain of what a lot of people are going through in the industry. So it's not. I like I've said before, they should calm down and work together so that these things can work out. Because the reality is that developers are also investors, just like you.
Yeah.
They didn't grab anybody's land and start selling to you. They also had a transaction that went bad.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. So with this, we have come to the conclusion of this section. This is an amazing section. Right here from Orange Vibe. This section has really dealt with so many things that you need to learn and understand what is currently happening in this sector. And we have been able to touch lots of areas. And I'm not the only one here. My colleague also, Mr. Tony, what do you think about this section?
Yeah, Mr. In fact, I'm so happy that a lot of areas has been addressed. You understand? Because this real estate of a thing, I know a lot of people that have had high blood pressure. Are you getting it now? So it's really affecting the three chain: the buyers, the realtors, and developers. Developers precisely. Do you understand? But I'm happy with the fact that Madam Cathy has done justice in the sense that she has made people to understand that the whole blame is not just only on the developers.
Yeah.
Are you getting that? Because they feel that the developers are the ones that are the cause of all these things. But if they check very well, the main frustration is coming from the head of authority, like I said. Are you getting it now? So they need to have the balance. They need to understand that really, if you are dragging the developers, who would they drag? Are you getting it now? So I know the pain that investors are facing right now. That is buyers. Yeah. People from diaspora, some of them, they've got their fingers burnt because they've bought property and is nowhere to be found. I can understand their pain. You understand? I felt their pain. But from the discussion we've had, I've now found out that it's not really the cause of the developers. It's just because of what the economic situation. Yeah. You understand? And the new set of government that we have. So the only thing I'm pleading right now is for the government to also look into the situation and see how to be able to also help and encourage developers. That's all I have to say. Now, thank you so much.
Make it easier.
Yes.
And I also want to use this opportunity or medium to also announce to investors, if you can't get properties in Lagos, there are so many other places. Asaba is another good place. Osun State, Ogun State, Ibadan, okay, Enugu, Anambra. So you can diversify your investment. The only thing is that, Lagos State, being Lagos State, you know what it is. Or Abuja, you know what it is and all that. But still, nevertheless, instead of putting your egg in one basket, you can still diversify it and then you are good to go. So that's it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you are there, you've not subscribed, you have to subscribe because we have a lot we're going to be unleashing here. Talking about business, talking about relationship, talking about lifestyle in general. As you can see right now, if you've already made some investment and you are frustrated, you are angry, just listen to this podcast again so that you're going to learn. In fact, this is for you, honestly. So that you're going to know what is actually going on. Are you getting it now? So stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe on Orange Vibes, Business and Lifestyle.
Thank you so much.
Mama!
Thank you.
We're so happy.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Mr. Tony,
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
This is the end of this episode. I urge you to watch, like Mr. Tony said, like, subscribe, and if you have a question concerning this, put it in the comment section. Yeah, we can get through to Mrs. Cathy to answer that for us.
Oh yeah,
anytime.
I'll be glad to do that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So thank you so much. We are really grateful. Thank you for your time, viewers.
If you like to want to hear her here in this platform again, let's get your comment over there on the comment section.
Let's
Okay,
get it from
thank
the-
you.
from the comment
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.